Bob Hart's Abishola and the Connors have joined the club.
I wanted to shake things up.
Tonight, starting at 11, only on CW18.
It's a hoot.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News on CW18 starts now.
Now at 10, what started as a faint scent has quickly escalated into a full-blown problem in Mount Dora.
10 years ago, the smell would only bother us maybe a few times a year. It would be bad. Now it is nearly a daily occurrence. So whatever the source...
How the city is hoping to figure out the root of the stinky problem.
Plus, cold temperatures in Central Florida have many searching for warmth, but some have nowhere to go. The new law, some say, is making it even harder for people looking for shelter.
But first, that cold air is bringing frost and freeze advisories all across our area. We're giving you a live look outside. This is Ocala, where it's already in the 30s tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle Imparato.
And I'm Jesse Pagano alongside First Warning Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. Tony, it is cold outside, the wind chill making it feel even colder.
Yeah, you know, look up behind you. I mean, we're already in the mid-30s right now, and it's only 10 o'clock. So by daybreak tomorrow morning, there's going to be a freeze, and because of that, we're calling tomorrow morning an impact weather morning because it's going to be cold and it's going to impact the way you get into work, dress, get into kids into school. It's going to have an impact on you big time. There's going to be some frost north and west of I-4 and a freeze now in Marion County up here in the purple. And then as you can see, Leesburg, Wildwood, back towards Claremont, DeLand, the interior of Flagler County, there will likely be some frost as well. And we'll carry that over once again on at the Thursday morning. Up towards the square right now, we are at 36 degrees, 39 Palm Coast, mid-40s here in town. We take a look at the satellite and the radar. Just a few showers off the coast. Cold northerly winds, still at about 10 to 15 miles an hour through the interior. A little bit lighter up north and west, and that's why those feels-like temperatures are running 35 to 40 in many locales. So waking up tomorrow morning, you'll see the air temperatures in town will be running in the low 40s. However, north and west of town at or below freezing in Ocala, back towards Denellen, Williston. Many areas up north will be running in the mid to the upper 30s. You take a look now at that frost potential here as we are up at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning here in the Marion County and just northwest of I-4. We'll take a look at the wind chills and I'll show you the potential for frost and freezing temperatures, not just Thursday, but again Friday morning at 10:18.
All right, Tony, thank you. Meantime, Orange County Fire Rescue officials want to make sure you're safely heating your home during this cold spell. If you're using a space heater, make sure it's at least 3 feet away from walls. Keep it away from anything that can catch on fire and put it on a solid surface. Any space heater you use should have an automatic shutoff in case it gets knocked over. And don't forget to turn it off and unplug it when you're done using it. According to the National Fire Protection Association, space heaters account for about 46% of home heating related fires. And not everyone has a warm place to stay right now. In fact, many are on the streets, anywhere they could stay warm.
But a new law banning public camping signed by the governor is being reviewed and enacted by Florida counties. WESH 2's Gail Pascal Brown is live outside of the Orange County Commissioner's building where the camping law was discussed today. Gail.
Absolutely. And you know, words like compassion and criminalizing homelessness were uttered several times as Orange County commissioners discussed this public camping law. And those who were against it ask on a cold night like tonight, where are those without a home gonna go? Now, violating the public camping law is punishable by a fine of up to $500, jail time of up to 60 days, or both. Covering Orange County live in Orlando, I'm Gail Pascal Brown, WESH 2 News.
All right, Gail, thank you. Kissimmee City Council members approved new penalties for sleeping in public too. The first violation is a $50 fine. The second is $100. The third is $250. And any others after that in the same year are $500 each. Some advocates for people experiencing homelessness say the new law will make their mission in Central Florida more challenging.
New tonight, a Palm Coast Fire Police member is in the hospital after being hit by a car. This happened just before 5 o'clock on Seminole Woods and Sesame Boulevard. guard. Palm Coast Fire says that the fire police member was directing traffic during a crash when they were hit. He was flown to the hospital with traumatic injuries after losing consciousness. Meanwhile, happening right now, Orange County deputies say they found a man's body in the water near Regency Village Drive. That's between I-4 and International Drive. Deputies say he was partially submerged in the water when they found him, and they pronounced him dead on the scene. There's no word yet on what may have happened. The state funeral for President Jimmy Carter has shifted to our nation's capital. Carter's return to D.C. follows several days of celebrations of life and remembrances in his home state of Georgia. Family, friends, and lawmakers spent the day saying their final goodbyes.
It's amazing on these last few days to sort of, for my family, to see how much we share him with the world.
Today we gather.
The 39th president will lie in state for 2 days before a national funeral service on Thursday.
For years, a bad smell has lingered in parts of Mount Dora, and tonight the city could be closer to figuring out what it is.
A new report was released today that says it is not the wastewater treatment facility. WESH 2's Haley Crumbleholm explains how the city plans to find out where it's coming from. The city doesn't have a timeline for when they'll be able to identify the source of the smell, but the mayor says they will be keeping an item on their agenda about the smell for every council meeting to keep residents up to date.
State Attorney Monique Worrell is now in office, taking her job back as the main prosecutor for Orange and Osceola counties. Worrell was officially sworn in as the newly re-elected state attorney representing both counties today. Governor Ron DeSantis replaced her with Andrew Bain in August of 2023 after claiming she was easy on crime. The Florida Supreme Court ultimately upheld his decision when Worrell challenged it. She held a solidarity walk with family, supporters, and lawmakers leading up to her ceremony outside the Orange County Courthouse. During her speech, she mentioned her removal from office and talked about people trying to ruin her reputation.
The political attacks against me were relentless and vicious. The media was weaponized against me, pushing the false narrative of my incompetence, reporting on policies that didn't exist.
There are still some questions about what will happen next with her in office. WESH 2 News saw Worrell at the Polk County Courthouse last week and confirmed that she is target of an investigation. Worrell did not answer those questions today, saying she can't discuss anything about a grand jury proceeding. Worrell says in the coming weeks she'll assess the current state of the office, looking at what works and what doesn't, and making data-driven decisions.
There's also new leadership at the Orange County Elections Office. Supervisor Karen Castor-Dental says that her top priority is sorting through the election office's finances. Today, her legal counsel formally ended Glenn Gilzean's lawsuit against the county for freezing funding in December. The controller found Gilzean improperly gifted more than $3 million to the Valencia College Scholarship Fund and a grant program. Castor-Dental says that she is working with the county to recover those taxpayer funds. This morning, Orange County commissioners approved a disbursement of nearly $1.7 million to the elections office, which will cover payroll.
As Central Florida bundles up with this cold blast, one local organization is making sure those in need have a warm meal.
Ahead tonight, how they're lending a helping hand in Orange County.
And right now, we're taking a look at the temperatures up in Marion County, just above freezing. Elsewhere in the low 40s and to the mid 40s here in the I-4 corridor. Getting colder overnight. We'll take a much closer look at that straight ahead.
Happening right now, a fast-moving brush fire is threatening a community near Los Angeles, forcing people living there to evacuate. The fire department says the fire is burning in the Pacific Palisades Highlands community and has quickly grown to about 200 acres. Thick smoke can be seen in the sky for miles along the Pacific Coast Highway. Some homes are engulfed as firefighters work to extinguish the flames, and vehicles are gridlocked along the streets as residents leave their neighborhoods. It is still unclear exactly how this fire started.
Meantime, the snow, sleet, and ice sweeping through the eastern half of the nation is mostly over, but dangerously cold temperatures are coming right behind. That includes here in Central Florida. Taking a live look out to Lake Eola, where temps are in the 40s, and it just keeps on dropping. And that's why several warming centers and shelters are welcoming people, some offering hot meals courtesy of Second Harvest.
WESH 2's Tony Atkins is live at one of those shelters tonight. And Tony, these meals really can go a long way on a night like tonight.
Absolutely. It is just so important on a day like today. And the plan here is to keep these meals coming as these temperatures continue to plummet. And if you're looking to help out organizations like Second Harvest, you can find more information on our website, WESH.com. I'm covering Orange County live in Orlando. Tony Atkins, WESH 2 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. First Morning Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi here. Tony, whether you like the chill or not, it's cold.
Yeah, and it's in no rush to leave. You know, for us to get 3 or 4 mornings in a row with frost to freezing conditions is pretty rare, and that's what we're kind of just beginning now. Hey, let me take you back outside. I want to show you the top stories. Frost and freeze advisories for tomorrow morning, frost and freeze advisories for Thursday morning, and there will be more frost and freeze advisories for Friday morning as well as things begin to moderate by Friday afternoon. Freezing temperatures, central, western Marion County. A lot of frost on the outskirts here, so I hope everybody's taking the precautions to, cover up the tropical plants that are outside and/or bring in those potted plants. And then just for now, a freeze watch up for Marion, but there will be frost advisories in many counties once we get into the afternoon tomorrow, past tomorrow's frosty start. Look at downtown Orlando right now. A beautiful night, but it's a chilly night. 45 now in Orlando, 41 in Leesburg, 40 in Palm Coast, and then back towards the Marion County corridor. We are running in the mid-30s. Let's take a look down at the water vapor channel. Things are pretty quiet, but there is a little disturbance near the Four Corners. That will be Saturday's rainmaker, and then we'll kind of keep those temperatures in check heading into next week. You can see the cold queue off our Atlantic and Gulf water. Some high, thin cirrus clouds trying to build back towards the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So the 12-hour forecast, yellow impact icons, getting you ready to combat the cold in whatever way you shall do, as we want you to get dressed for that appropriately. 41 Christmas tomorrow morning. Could be a little bit of frost up here towards Zelwood and Apopka. We'll be watching those winds overnight tonight up towards Deltona and Sanford. Middle upper 30s. Frost just to your north and west. Ormond Beach 41. Tomorrow morning, our good friend Eric Burst will be reporting live up here in the chilly portions of Marion County, getting the frost and the freezing reports up from him. Denellen 30. The Villages coming in at 35. Bushnell coming in at 35 degrees as we head into Kissimmee and St. Cloud, low 40s. Kenansville 39, back towards the coast there in the mid 40s. So freezing temperatures for about an hour or two just west of Ocala, around Ocala. Anthony and Citra will be monitoring that overnight tonight. Look at these feels like temperatures down middle 20s north and west. In town right around 31, 32 before things begin to warm back up once we get past the 9 o'clock hour. Blue arrows denotes the cold weather here for Wednesday afternoon, on into Thursday as well. But it's Friday. Once we get past sunrise, we get into the warm sector of this next storm system and we'll shoot back up into the 70s. Highs tomorrow, Altamont Springs, Disney in the low 60s. Up to the north, though, we're hovering in the middle to the upper 50s. 12-hour forecast for Ocala does indeed bear that out. As you can see, Thursday morning 30 in Ocala, DeLand coming at 34. Even in the metro areas, we'll be running in the upper 30s, likely to be the coldest morning thus far this winter. We got frost and freeze Thursday morning. We've got frost Friday morning, and then things will begin to at least briefly warm up. Let me show you what I'm talking about now. You can see 61.57. We've got the Disney races going on this week. We'll talk more about that. Things should begin to moderate for the runners there as we head into Saturday morning.
Get ready to feel the beat because Universal Orlando's Mardi Gras celebration is back.
The live performance is set to make their way to Central Florida. Next.
We're open every night till 10 p.m. Get our lowest prices now at Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
It's happy hours on CW18.
Let's do this.
Get ready for laughs, and even bigger laughs. CW18's Happy Hours, weeknights starting at 5, only on CW18.
To that I say kaboom!
I'm Corporal Klinger.
That must be me, sir.
I tried everything to get out of the Army.
What's the big idea, Klinger?
I was a tree.
I would have made it if not for that dog.
I got pregnant.
Should someone in your condition be smoking a cigar?
And of course, I wore a dress or two.
Sir.
But I never got out, which means you can watch more of me on MeTV.
Weeknights at 7 on Central Florida's MeTV, Channel 2.2, Spectrum 468.
Calling all artists, the city of Orlando is looking for 20 creative minds for a temporary public art project tackling food insecurity. It is one of the most pressing challenges in our community, and the people selected will collaborate on impactful public art pieces and participate in community events to spark awareness and action. If you're interested, you can apply online. Next Monday is the deadline. The world's largest collector car auction is officially underway.
Yeah, Mekam Kissimmee rolled into Osceola Heritage Park today. The show features more than 40 collector cars. Legendary Steve McQueen's 1969 Porsche from Le Mans is the main event this year. It's the first time that car has been on the auction block in 2 decades. Mekam runs through January 19th.
New tonight, we are counting down the days until Epic Universe officially opens. And check out this new night view from Chopper 2. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Video shows a bird's eye view of the park as we are just months away from opening day. Remember, the park opens on May 22nd. It'll be here before we know it.
Love the nighttime shots of the parks, all of them. They look cool.
All right, Universal's official concert lineup for its Mardi Gras celebration is out. Performers include T-Pain, Joe Jonas, Kool and the Gang, Scotty McCreery, Foster the People, Millennium, All Time Low, TLC, DJ Pauly D, and much, much more. Universal Mardi Gras runs February 1st through March 30th.
A top Volusia County school leader is leaving her post as chair.
Coming up, how the board plans to move forward.
Plus, the family of a young boy who drowned at a Kissimmee Park now suing Osceola County.
Why they say his death could have been prevented. That's next at 10.
Get ready.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Let's hear it. For the Connors.
You're a catch. You're an educated, diabetes-free woman in Lanford. There's only 2 of us.
It's the family that puts the fun
Got a bloody foot on a hook and some tax returns.
in dysfunctional.
I say we all get a family tattoo.
Yes, something that represents who we are.
There's a sinking ship. Doesn't get more Connor than that.
The Connors.
Tonight at midnight on CW18. CW18's Happy Hours, weeknights starting at 5, only on CW18.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News on CW18 starts now.
Temperatures have been dropping steadily, leading us to tonight. A lot of temperatures in the 40s and even colder in some other parts.
Yeah, the 30s already in Ocala. Tony, are we going to dip much more from here?
We are. We're going to probably drop to very close to 30 degrees in Marion County. That's where we have a freeze warning in play there. We have a lot of frost in and around Marion County, and the wind chills will be in the 20s and 30s just about everywhere out the door tomorrow morning. There's your freeze advisories in the purple and the light blue. We've got those frost advisories west of 95 into Volusia County over towards beautiful Lake Door right now. We have temperatures there in the low 40s just north and west, in the mid 30s up towards Palm Coast and Daytona Beach. We are running right around 41 degrees. Still a bit of a breeze out there, especially east of the I-4 corridor. That is creating a feels-like temperature in most parts anywhere from about 34 to about 45 back towards Palm Bay along the coast there. Now, wake-up weather. It is going to be pretty cold out there, chilly. Low 40s in town. Yellow impact icons because of the frost to freeze and those wind chills that'll be running in the 20s and 30s. The actual air temperature in Ocala, we've lowered that to 30 based on the temperature trends tonight. Villages 35, Sanford 39, and even along the coast, upper 30s and low 40s. Now, temperatures will begin to moderate. A warming trend is coming, at least briefly, as we head towards the end of the week. I'll break that down for you straight ahead.
New tonight, investigators say the man who blew up explosives in a Tesla Cybertruck outside of the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas used an AI chatbot to help him figure out how to build the explosive. Law enforcement says Matthew Livelsberger was seen on camera pouring racing fuel onto the back of the truck where the explosive materials were. This is allegedly after he asked an AI chatbot how much fireworks he needed and then how they compared to TNT and other explosives. Developing tonight, the Louisiana Bureau of Investigations will open a full review of security plans from New Year's Eve and the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. This review comes after that terrorist attack on New Year's Day, which tragically killed 14 people and critically injured dozens more. more. Investigators are learning new details about that attack and the suspect's plan to detonate explosives in addition to driving a rented pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street. NBC News obtained a picture of one of the IED devices found in New Orleans. As you can see here, the device is in a cooler and it shows rolls of nails and some other bomb components. Questions have been raised about the city's security protocol after it failed to deploy anti-vehicle barriers that they've had for years.
I think that they are going to be done differently in this city. I would expect that to happen because we can't ignore what happened and pretend like it didn't happen or that it was just a one-off event. This city is a known target for terrorist attacks.
President Biden has directed additional resources to help the city with major upcoming events, including Mardi Gras and the Super Bowl. All right, now to an update on an exclusive investigation. Yesterday, we showed you new video of the moment a 5-year-old boy slipped away from a Kissimmee park and ended up drowning in a nearby ditch.
This video WESH 2 Investigates got appears to show how the young boy got through a gate at Census Park that was supposed to be locked. Now the family plans to sue. WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox continues our coverage on this case.
Now, because of the pending litigation in the wake of this drowning death, a spokesperson for Osceola County told WESH 2 News that there would be no comment on conditions at Census Park.
Tonight, investigators are trying to figure out how 2 people who ended up in a plane's wheel well died. Crews found the bodies during a routine inspection after the JetBlue flight landed in Fort Lauderdale last night. The flight left Kingston, Jamaica, and made several stops before finally landing in South Florida. In a statement, TSA officials say they're working closely with JetBlue and law enforcement.
Developing tonight, experts are weighing in after the first person died from the bird flu in the United States. The Louisiana Department of Health says that the patient was over the age of 65 and had underlying medical conditions. They contracted H5N1 after being exposed to a combination of backyard flocks and wild birds. Health experts fear virus mutations may allow the bird flu to spread among humans in the future, even though the current public health risk remains low and there is no evidence of it spreading from person to person.
That's one important thing for people to know is that if they've handled dead birds or sick animals, especially cats, for example, they've ingested raw milk and they have flu-like symptoms, headache, sore throat, shortness of breath, cough, that they let their providers know.
Health officials say there are several ways for you to protect yourself, including avoiding unpasteurized raw milk or cheeses. And if you work on a dairy or poultry farm, consider getting a seasonal flu vaccine to reduce the risk of co-infection with more common flu viruses.
Another Central Florida city will soon debate removing fluoride from drinking water. Melbourne Mayor Paul Alfrey says he will bring up the issue to a vote at the next city council meeting a week from today. Fluoride has been a big topic in Florida. In November, the state surgeon general recommended against fluoride in drinking water, citing a controversial study claiming bad side effects. Since then, Palm Bay, Tavares, and Winter Haven have voted to remove it.
Developing tonight, a top Volusia County school leader is stepping down from her role as board chair.
This comes after some controversial comments she made about Deltona High School students in October. WESH 2 Volusia County reporter Pamela Combe tells us what this means for the board moving forward. A new chair will be chosen at the next meeting, which is scheduled to happen next Tuesday.
A bill filed at the Florida State Capitol would expand the state's voluntary pre-kindergarten program to 8 hours per day. Right now, VPK covers only 4 hours per day, and parents must pick up their kids or pay for the second half of the day. Supporters say it's tough for parents to interrupt their workday to pick up their kids or to come up with the money to pay for the second half of the day. The bill's sponsor says that the proposal is good for both working parents and their kids.
We know that the children who come into kindergarten who are already prepared, who have had exposure to academics and socialization, do better.
The bill will be considered during the 2025 legislative session, which begins in March.
We are just days away from a major launch off the Space Coast.
How the Blue Origin rocket could be a huge win for Brevard County. That's if it gets off the ground.
Plus, a car got stuck on a ski run at a Colorado resort, but the driver was nowhere in sight. What officials say they left behind that explained what happened.
And outside right now, look at these wind chill values. Most locations are in the 30s, and a few rusts will drop into the 20s tomorrow morning. More on that cold for you straight ahead.
What does a morning with WESH 2 News Sunrise look like? It's waking up with the news you need to stay informed.
What's new from overnight?
And the information you can trust.
It's an accurate start to your day from Kelly and class.
I'll tell you exactly what to expect outside.
It's a sense of direction from Megan Mackey.
I'll put you on the best route for your morning commute.
From breaking news
to what's happening around town.
This is what your next morning looks like with WESH 2 News Sunrise. Local, live, late breaking.
The Big Bang Theory, weeknights at 7, only on CW18. The countdown is now on. Blue Origin will try to launch the New Glenn rocket this Friday at 1 a.m.
Yeah, so the FAA is giving New Glenn a 3-hour launch window for any issues that may come up. Blue Origin says the New Glenn is critical to launching their own line of internet satellites called Project Kuiper to compete with SpaceX's Starlink service. Of course, WESH 2 will be there to cover the launch as it happens.
Starliner astronauts will have to wait a little bit longer to speak with NASA leaders. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams were originally set to talk with them yesterday, along with their fellow astronauts Nick Hague and Don Pettit, but that meeting was pushed back to tomorrow. Wilmore and Williams have been in space since June. Their return home was first delayed because of problems with Boeing's Starliner capsule, which they took up to the ISS. It was postponed even further due to a delay in launching a SpaceX capsule to pick them up. Right now, they are not scheduled to return to Earth until March at the earliest.
All right, now to a sign that maybe we shouldn't blindly follow GPS directions.
And maybe just rely on your instincts, a little common sense. Take a look at these skiers. They're next to a car that's stuck on a ski run at a Colorado resort. Not only did the driver leave the car there, they left a little note explaining what happened. They said they made a wrong turn following directions from the GPS. The resort was able to reunite the driver and the car after having it towed. I feel like we've all done it. Not
we just
to
haven't
this
been caught.
extent. Yeah, we haven't been caught, and not to that extent. That was bad. Whoops.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Note to self, yeah.
Use common sense, Tony.
Exactly. Hey, let me take you back outside. Speaking of common sense, we want you guys have been out in the cold today, tonight. We want you to use common sense in preparing for your trip out the door tomorrow morning. Dress appropriately. You know, we're not wearing shorts and short sleeves. We're going to have a bit of a breeze. We're going to have some cold weather. We'll be in the 30s and 40s tomorrow morning and again on Thursday morning with frost and freeze watches and warnings likely for both days. As we head into Friday, a cold start, milder finish. Here comes another storm system, and then those temperatures will fall back into the low 60s. Speaking of those cold weather advisories, purple is your freeze warnings. The blue are your frost advised areas. That would incorporate Sumter, Lake, on into inland Volusia and Flagler counties. And this is jumping ahead now to Thursday morning. What you will begin to see tomorrow are some more frost advisories or watches for tomorrow, Thursday morning, when we get into the day tomorrow. So we'll do one day at a time with the frost. Tower Cam Network right now showing the temperatures dropping by about 1 to 2 degrees an hour now, and that'll slow down overnight for sure. But again, just 4 degrees above freezing right now in Ocala. Compliments of this Arctic high and that fresh snowpack. Now remember, when you have snow on the ground and cold air coming across it takes a longer time for that air to moderate, and that's what it's doing across those relatively warmer Gulf of Mexico and tropical Atlantic waters there. We have a bit of a breeze here in a few locales. That is generating feels-like temperatures in most areas tonight in the 30s, the exceptions being there the southern reaches of our viewing area. Because of that, these yellow impact icons are just a quick friendly reminder that you want to bring in those potted plants if you haven't done so, and cover the ones that are in the ground with a breathable cloth. Make sure you're bundled up for the cold start tomorrow morning. 30 in Ocala, 37 to land, 40 in St. Cloud. When we put the temperatures here with the potential for frost in Orange County, maybe a little bit of frost here up towards Zellwood and Apopka. Seminole County should be okay. Inland and west of I-4 into Volusia County, some patchy frost. Daytona Beach, Port Orange, you're good. West of 95 in Flagler County, frost for you. Back towards Lake Panasoffkee, Leesburg, frost. And then in the shade of purple here, that's where we're expecting some freezing temperatures off to the south and east. Of course, a little bit warmer. And as we take a look at that freeze potential, yep, we think there's going to be that here. Could be a 1 to 2 hour freeze duration. That's because because of that cold, high pressure to the north and west. We've got that strong northerly flow, keeping those temperatures on the chilly side of things, both Wednesday and Thursday. Even Friday morning is going to be chilly, but as we head into the afternoon, we start to get into that warm sector and begin to warm things up. So tomorrow, right around 60 in the metro areas, 50s though up north and west. The land, you are hovering in the upper 50s. Thursday morning, 30 in Ocala, 36 in Sanford. More frost and freeze advisories expected here. Freeze likely Thursday morning in Marion County. Frost in many locations there as we get you on into Friday morning. Big weekend for the runners here. The 5K over Disney, 38. Ooh, chilly. 10K, 41. Half marathon Saturday, perfect for the runners. And then the full marathon there, 42 with a cold start. Very active and busy week for the runners down there at Disney. Heading into the weekend, quick shot of rain there Saturday. Things begin to dry out and are a little bit cooler on the back end of the weekend. Let's put it all together now here for you one more time. 61.57 up to 71 to round out the work week, and then turning a little bit cooler to start the beginning of next week.
All right, Tony, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about sports, and everyone's talking about the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, almost time this weekend.
Yeah, they're starting on Saturday. The Bucs don't play until Sunday, but Bucs fans are certainly excited. One of the hottest teams going into the playoffs. They won 6 of their last 7. We're previewing the Bucs and Commanders next. Plus, how about the Florida Gators men's basketball team hosting the #1 team in the country tonight? Let's just say it was a bad night for Vols fans. Sports is next.
Now, WESH 2 Sports on CW18. Sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
A top 10 matchup in the Sunshine State. Hello, everybody. I'm Zach Maskovich. 8th-ranked Florida dropped their first game of the season on Saturday by 6 points to Kentucky. The Gators then turn around tonight and welcome in the top team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. And, of course, the NFL playoffs kick off this weekend. The Buccaneers getting ready for a rematch of Week 1, taking on the Washington Commanders on Sunday. Of course, you'll see the game right here, or our sister station, rather, WESH 2 on Sunday Night Football. And the WESH 2 sports team will get you ready for the Bucs playoff opener. It's Countdown to Kickoff, featuring Darren Stoltzfus, Kristen Lago, and myself from Raymond James Stadium. Comes your way 7 p.m. It leads up to Football Night in America. So we're all excited as football fans. Our playoffs are here. We'll have a Super Bowl champion in just a couple weeks.
That is incredible. Man, this year is already flying by, isn't it?
Always goes quick.
All right, thanks, Zach.
Hey, let's take a look at that out-the-door forecast, the wake-up weather there. You can see it's going to be pretty chilly. Low 40s here in town, 30s north and west with a lot of frost and even potential for a freeze in Marion County. Things will begin to moderate by Friday and Saturday.
All right, don't forget, y'all, you can get another check of that forecast starting with the sunrise crew at 4:30 because it will be a chilly one. And we're staying on top of everything tonight.
Yeah, you can flip over to WESH 2 for more local live late-breaking news at 11 right now. We'll see you tomorrow.